most adult beginners struggle with the left hand for years. Not because they lack talent, but because they are taking the wrong steps to get there. After playing the violin for over 30 years and teaching hundreds of students, I've seen the same breakthrough again and again. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to find each note on the violin and play it systematically right, even if you are just starting out with the violin. And the first step for that is understanding how the violin works. So basically, if you look at it, we have 4 strings: the G string, the D string, A string, E string. When you put the 4 fingers on a string, it builds up a scales that go from one string to the next one. Here you can see all the notes, and we can see that we have G, A, B, C, D, and then it continues with the first finger to the next note, E, F, G, A. Then on the next string, the next note, B, C, D, E, next string, next note, F, G, A, B. And at the same time, the 4th finger plays the same note than the open string on the next string. The E 4th finger on the A is the same than the E open string. The A on the D string as the A open string. And the D on the G string, same as the open string. When you play, you should know exactly which note you are playing. Because, like we saw, notes are not randomly there on the violin. The way the violin is tuned is done exactly to create this scale system. And at the end of this video, we'll see exactly how to practice different kinds of scales to master the violin. But first, there is 2 intervals you should really know, understand, and use systematically. I will play a scale, have a look at my finger. And when we look at the same note I just played here, what you can see is that we have only 2 options. The first one is that the fingers are next to each other, like here, 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 or we have instead some open space between 2 fingers, like between A and B here, C and D here. And what's super important to understand is that it doesn't matter where you are playing, if you are playing here or playing some crazy thing. There is only 2 intervals. Whole tone when there is an open space between both fingers, or half tone when they are next to each other. And for every beginner piece you will play, it will be like that. And even later on, for super difficult pieces, 99% of the time, it's what you will be playing. And the next point is that those intervals always sound the same. If I play a whole tone here, or here, those are different notes, but the interval, the distance between both notes are the same. In opposite, if I play a half tone, it's a completely different interval, but it's the same on different strings. It's a half tone. And the secret to having perfect intonation is to master those 2 intervals, and you should do that directly in level 1. And by the way, if you are a complete beginner and want to learn to play the violin beautifully, we are organizing a free violin masterclass. You will find the link under this video. Then the next thing is to understand that on each string you will have a combination of half tone and whole tone. And this combination is called a finger pattern. And here are the most important things. 99% of the time you will have only 4 finger pattern. The first one you can see here on the D string. This is the second finger pattern. So when I play those notes on the D string, you will see that I have a whole tone between the first and the second finger, half tone between the second and the third, and a whole tone between the third and the fourth. And by the way, we have between our open string and the E a whole tone too. If you look at my finger here, you will see too that I have a whole tone interval between my first finger and the open string. That means the part at the top of the fingerboard, where the string comes in contact with it. Another combination, the first finger pattern, you can see here. It looks like that. Here, on opposite, my first and second finger are next to each other instead of the second and third. Then the next one, the third finger pattern is here with the third and fourth finger together. And the fourth one with a whole tone interval between each finger. So always, before you play something on the string, you need to ask yourself, which finger pattern do I have? Now let's see the most important things. How to master every combination on the violin. The first step will be to choose one string, one finger pattern, and then train every combination on this one string with this finger pattern. Here are some examples from the level 1 of the Violinacademy. And you go like that for every combination. E, F sharp. And every single combination between two different fingers. When you can play every combination right, you choose another finger pattern. Could be like that. Or another string. And then you should be ready to start scales. Scales are one of the most important exercises, especially for beginners, because it will allow you to know exactly where each note on the violin is. You will train every finger pattern, and more importantly, you will know which finger pattern you have on each string, and something even more important, the scale is the most common pattern. And it doesn't matter which piece you will be playing, you will see that it's always a combination of scales for the major part. So to play this one, it's easy. You will start from the G open string, then you put your first finger on the string, the second one, the third. Then open string on the D string, 1, 2, 3. Open string, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then when you play down, you do the same, but you start from the fourth finger. On the E string, 4, 3, 2, 1, A string, 4, 3, 2, 1, D string, 4, 3, 2, 1, G string, 4, 3, 2, 1. And doing that, you should put your finger in this combination. On the G string, the second finger pattern, D and A string, the first one, and the E string with all four fingers stretched out. So let me play it one time for you. Here are a few tips to be able to master it. When you play up, you want to leave the finger on the string. Like that, not playing like this. You see the difference? Here I lifted the fingers after I didn't need them anymore. And the right way to do it is just leaving the finger on the string like that. Second thing, you want to keep the same posture on each string. And that means that for each string you will move your elbow to adjust it per string. G string, D string, A string, E string. And then again, A string, D string, G string. One of the most common mistakes I see is to play like that, changing the posture with the wrist instead of using the elbow. And that makes it super difficult for having a good intonation. But don't forget, just go step by step and I'm sure you will learn to play the violin beautifully.